Welcome, everybody, to an episode of Fun and Games. Today's game is what game is that? I'm going to read out excerpts from reviews. I'm going to hide the names of the game, the developer, anything that might give it away. And Matt here and you at home or at work are going to guess what it is before I pop it up on the screen. And if you guess it, you get, I don't know, pride, something. Here we go. The game is started now. This game, oh, by the way, the criteria for these games have been released within the last year or so. This is from Metacritic, so I'm going to bounce from a couple reviews, Matt, if you need a bit more time.
Okay.
Okay, and maybe I should read user reviews because those are pretty funny too. I don't think it'd be giving it away if I said it got a 10 on the user reviews.
Okay. Goodness.
All right, like every single game. What game hasn't gotten a 10 in user reviews? Here we go. From Gaming Age. It may not be what you're expecting if you're a hardcore this fan or a hardcore fighting game fan, but this game is a fun and unique experience that almost anyone can enjoy. Now, I'm going to counter that with a user review. This game is
Okay.
pretty good. He gave it a 10, by the way. If you read Mega Krog's review with a score of 5, he just sucks at the game or doesn't understand the mechanics of the game. That doesn't help, does it? Do you want me to read another review?
I'm I want to say Pokken Tournament.
Nailed it. It is Pokken Tournament. Matt, wonderful, wonderful job. It got a 76 Metascore and 8.4 from the users.
Well,
Matt,
when you mentioned mechanics, I figured, if it was a fighting game, people wouldn't be talking about the Street Fighter 5. Maybe Street Fighter 5 has the new V trigger mechanic, but it's not something that people spend so much time in reviews talking about, but Pokken Tournament has that really unique kind of rock paper scissors back and forth of counters, throws, and attacks, and that's the whole fighting system kind of revolves around that. So I had a feeling.
are you still digging this game?
Yeah, I love it.
Sweet, sweet deal. Next game. There's no getting away from the fact that this game is the best open world that this company has ever created. While the gameplay is consistently entertaining and cohesive, the deep RPG elements and tactical gunplay just add to that. Plus, the fact you can get so much enjoyment out of being a solo player, with that experience heightened by buddying up, is quite a feat. User
Hmm.
review. It's the best game I've ever played. It's the best game I've ever played.
Okay.
All right, did you want another review?
Okay, so it's a first person shooter, I'm assuming.
I don't know. I'm just telling you the reviews.
Yeah, throw me another review.
All right, this is from Eurogamer Italy. This company provides a very polished experience that fits for single, co op, and multiplayer gamers. RPG's mechanics work like a charm, and the shooter is very solid. Level design could be a little better, but this game is an outstanding new entry for the market. I don't think that gave a lot away. This game is almost everything that was advertised in 2013. While the visuals have certainly been pulled back a bit, probably because of hardware
Oh,
limitations, the gameplay has been delivered as promised.
The Division.
You got it.
I don't know why I didn't come to that conclusion sooner.
The Division got an 81 on Metacritic and 7.3 from the users. Read a zero. Better if Ubi changes the name to Tom Clancy's The Glitch, because as it is now, it's just a glitch simulator.
Okay.
Oh my god. I wonder if anyone on Metacritic thinks they're like really doing the world a service with these reviews. Okay, let's switch it up. And by that I mean the users. All right, Matty boy. A bi-dimensional this game like bestowed with an original and compelling combat system. Waiting for the next this game, this might be the perfect choice.
There's a lot of crucial blanks there.
There were. I'll read another one. An excellent adventure with a fast paced fighting system and sophisticated RPG elements could be compared to this other game, thanks to its difficulty setting and some mechanics. However, it is so imaginative and visually successful that it's definitely not a ripoff. On the contrary, it has the potential to create its own group of fans who will be discovering the secrets of the game for several more months.
Salt and Sanctuary?
Nailed it! Salt and Sanctuary,
Yeah.
85 by the critics and 8.4 from the users. Okay,
I'm unstumpable
this is
so
amazing.
far.
We'll have to bring on some competition for you next time.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This game is back stronger than ever with its first release for PS4. Action and fun in a visual and constant show. That's not worded very well. This feels like a case where a video game movie can afford to pay proper deference to the source material. If this
Is it
game...
Ratchet and Clank?
Yes, it is. I think I might have given that away.
Oh, the movie tie-in.
Okay, let's go. Oh, sorry. And Ratchet and Clank got 86 Metacritics, 8.7 from the users.
Excited about that one.
Okay. This game is a fantastic standalone title that also has enough historical research meat to keep history nerds happy. I'm going to stew on that one.
Is it an Assassin's Creed game?
This game is a fantastic standalone title that also has enough historical research meat to keep history nerds happy. It is not an Assassin's Creed game.
I don't know. You're going to have to give me another review.
I'm going to give you a user review. This one's actually kind of interesting. This game is another shining example of a game that has so many great mechanics and a time period that is just begging to have a game made but falls flat in many integral areas and doesn't fully utilize its potential. The gameplay's great, fighting feels fluid and nice, the bashing of club against club is truly satisfying. The taming system in the game, although kind of underwhelming with its press one button taming mechanic, is fun to use your animal companion to infiltrate outposts and such and sneaking up on enemies with a saber-toothed tiger.
Far Cry Primal.
Nailed it. Far Cry Primal got 75 on Metacritic's, 6.1 from the users. We've got two more for you. I feel like some music would be nice.
Right?
Maybe I'll put some on. Should I grab some more that are from outside of this year? Maybe we will. You're doing pretty well. But we'll see how long you last. Okay. And a rock-solid fighting system and a brilliant technical performance will convince you to enjoy its great online brawls. It lacks some interesting options, tough, and it only features 16 fighters. It will become better and better in the future.
It sounds like Street Fighter V.
You nailed it. Here's a user review from Bloodbane 2099. Only suckers need apply. The fighting and actual gameplay in the game is fantastic, but there's barely any content at all. Capcom says you can unlock characters and all just by playing the game, but keep in mind to just unlock all the characters' colors, you need to play a total of 900 rounds.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Jaded.
Yes. I'm going to go off. We're going to grab a couple more here because we're burning through these pretty fast. And I have one I want to save for the end. Oh, Get ready, my friend. This one is loading. All right. Let's find a better. I was reading from a Spanish gaming site. That's why the words were a bit off last time. All right, here's a poor review of the game. With a clumsy but empowering track editor, there's certainly no danger of this racer running out of gas. It just depends how long you're willing to keep up with the quest to be the best.
Trackmania Turbo.
Nailed it. You were so hyped on this game, Matt. Did it live up for you?
It's so hard to play for long stretches of time or like multiple days in a row because it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. But yeah, I go back to it at least a couple times a week. I haven't tried the track editor yet, but I've gone online and played other people's tracks. And I was playing it right out of the gate when it's brand new, so I played a lot of really crappy tracks. Kind of like when Mario Maker was really new, all the stages sucked.
Yeah.
But I need to check back in and see. I'm sure there's some creative genius on display there.
I
But yeah, I
mean,
love it.
we've seen from just other platformers that tried to copy Mario how hard it is to nail that. So for
Yeah,
people to try to make their own Mario levels is pretty insane. But they ended
yeah.
up coming up with some great stuff. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's a full-priced online multiplayer game, which can be a tough sell. But it's one that's jam-packed with content from a developer that's been typically generous with delivering new updates and support. That's a tough one. I'll give you some more. 10 times the colors, 10 times the content. If you don't mind a bit of repetitiveness every now and then, you'll love this sequel.
So it's a colorful online multiplayer game.
Yep,
People mentioned it was kind of unfortunate it was full price. Is it an indie game?
it is not an indie game because they did say jam packed with content from a developer that's been typically generous with delivering new updates and support.
I mean, I can think of at least a dozen online multiplayer games that are getting additional content.
Okay,
Is there a more specific review in any way that describes the gameplay at all?
sure. Let's see here. This game improves upon its evergreen predecessor by expanding the scope of the title with single player content and new classes and modes. This company has responded to the criticisms pointed at the original release well, and while this isn't a revolution by any stretch, the format has been precisely pruned for sheer joy.
Is it Torchlight 2?
No, I want you to focus on these words. The evergreen predecessor. The format has been precisely pruned for sheer joy.
Okay, so some kind of like gardening or like Harvest Moon type or
Yep, you're
is
so
this found on
close.
is this found on consoles at all or just on PC?
It is on PC and Xbox One.
Yeah.
What did you say? Gardening simulator?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, like a farm sim.
Right, right.
Ah,
I feel like you're ignoring the information you had originally gleaned. You're not combining it with this new
yeah.
information.
Yeah.
It's Martha Stewart's Gardening Simulator 2016.
Right.
You want another review?
Yeah, maybe. I'm still not putting two and two together.
Let's see. It's tough because there's not for reviews. There isn't really a lot of gameplay mechanics that any of these people mention. Maybe that's why they're writing on Metacritic. Online and locally, alone or with strangers, with one friend or with a group of friends, there's no shooter as accommodating as this game. This is my game. It does not belong to someone else's conception of fair play, nor restrictive grinding of recognizing skill or merit or enforcing something so ridiculous as fairness among people who want different things from their games. This review's a mess. Here's a great shooter you can play the way you want, enjoying all its benefits and full alongside everyone else. That
Is
was,
it Garden Warfare 2?
yeah, don't tell me that last review did it for you.
Well, that was on PS4 too. I was trying to think only Xbox One and PC games.
Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy, and I looked at also on, and I didn't tell you that it was on PS4. So what? Because earlier you were like, "Yeah, it's a shooter. It's a shooter of some kind," and then you're like, "It's some kind of garden simulator."
Well, when you said to focus on shears and pruning, I
Yeah,
thought I was latching onto those as gameplay mechanics. I was thinking, okay, where do you like prune stuff and like cut stuff?
we'll give you a buy on that one because I messed up with the PS4 section of it. That got 83 from the critics and 7.9 from those jerk users. Here's another one. We'll do three more. Last three. From
Okay.
Play UK, an intensely satisfying and stupendously intelligent puzzle game that's incredibly well crafted, making it a very early yet solid Game of the Year contender.
Well, I gotta go with The Witness.
You gotta be right, my friend. Okay, second to last one. It's an achievement in game design and probably the best of this series ever created by the masterminds of this company. I'll give you some more. If this game truly is the last in the series as we know it, then it's a worthy send off. Weapon Arts allows stylish and versatile new moves without tarnishing
Dark
the.
Souls 3.
Nailed it. How's that going for you?
Uh, Frustrating, but really, actually, going really well since the servers went live. I've been able to summon some people to my game,
Yeah.
and I was on an unbeatable boss for a while, and I just could not beat this boss. It's actually bosses. You fight off against a group of boss enemies, and once you defeat them all and get the life bar all the way down, there's a transition cutscene, and then a bigger, stronger boss comes out with a brand new life bar they had found. I was like, screw this noise. I could not beat it.
That's
But I
like
finally
playing an
summoned somebody.
asshole D&D dungeon master. Oh,
Ugh.
there was a hidden boss all along.
Yeah, well, that's Dark Souls generally. They tend, and especially Dark Souls 3, there's always a second phase, but this one was just a pain. But yeah, I was able to summon somebody, and I've been doing some PvP, and it's like a whole new game. It's really opened up, and
Cool.
so, yeah, having a ton of fun with that.
Real quick question. We're going to dive into this on another time in the show, but should this be the last of the series or should they continue on?
I mean, s- I hope Miyazaki comes on to make more adventure RPG games. It doesn't have to be a Dark Souls game, and like canonically, the Dark Souls story can come to a close and can open up again. The way the story is so broad, and it's all about these kind of cycles and phases of fire and darkness and nothingness and creation, and it could be cyclic if they want it to be. If he wanted to create another game, then God, I would love it. And but at the same time, if for creative purposes, if he wants to kind of sever this tie and let Dark Souls be a trilogy and let it kind of be its own thing, then move on and do another Bloodborne or something totally new, that'd be really exciting too. So as long as Miyazaki's is kind of at the helm, I'll keep an eye on whatever he does.
You ever played any of the Armored Core series?
No.
Great games. I played one for PlayStation 1. It's like very customizable, challenging mech games.
Yeah, didn't they release like they had a crazy like 40 button controller? I remember there was one out on the Dreamcast or PS2, and you could buy like this $100 controller that was like a whole panel.
Oh, that
Was that
was no, that was
was
Steel
that Armored Core?
Battalion
Yeah, yeah,
with that
okay.
giant controller. For people that have their whole life they've wanted to drive a tank around, a tank mech. All right, my friend, here we go. Last game. Stakes and tensions run high, whether playing solo or in a group, but the game truly shines when you're working with a coherent team. So pick this game up and find one.
I I mean, do I really even need to guess?
What is it?
Rainbow Six Siege?
Sorry, it was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Ah,
Nice try,
dang.
though, buddy. Nice try. Got a
Crap.
73 on the critics, Metacritic, and 7.0 user score. If,
What did they know?
oh my God. It's, this is like, that's how you sold me on this game. You're like, you're going to hear so much about like all the problems with it and the netcode and that there's not much to it, but it is such an incredible online experience. We're going to be battling Yorgosaurus, Zach, and BW soon. We'll be hyping this up. I might play the role of commentator, and we'll do spectator mode because I'm the worst out of all of us. And I'd like to try my hand at commentating instead. And we're looking forward to it. Matt, have you been practicing at all?
Yeah, well, just with our competition every now and then, I need to get back in and play more regularly. So I might try to jump in and get a few hours in this weekend, but it'll be tough. I play competitively because I'm a competitive person, but I don't play regularly enough. And these guys are, they're participating in these MLG events, so I'll have to definitely have to step my game up.
They're ringers, man.
I know,
The BW tells me that's the only game he plays now. He's just getting better. This is
I
how
know.
good this kid is. If you ever played Rainbow Six Siege, or if you haven't played Rainbow Six Siege, there's this idiot guy you can pick named Tachanka who has a giant garbage can over his head, and his special ability is he sets up a massive Gatling gun. But the game is not about setting up Gatling guns, and he always gets taken down. He was the least picked operator by a long shot, and this kid can actually slay with Tachanka. But we'll
Yep.
find out, Matt. If we ever do one where it's you and me against them, we'll see who's better, the wisdom or the young reflexes and learning
Right.
ability of our people younger who have more time. But I got a feeling that we're going to crush them
Yeah, I think you're right.
like really badly,
Yep.
and that's going to be good. All right, well, thanks for playing along. If you have any other ideas for some fun games we're going to be doing, well, I think we'll do some more of these, especially on the slow news days. Usually the news
Yeah,
comes out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is the big time, and then Thursday, Friday, everyone's working for the weekend, and we'll find some other ways to occupy our time. We're thinking in the future we'll be doing some cool debates like Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis, PlayStation versus N64, or maybe we could just do a full-on review of a console, something like that. Lots of fun. We'll be talking. You guys out there, hope you're listening. Share it with people, like or subscribe. It really helps us out.
it does.
But until we meet again, have fun out there.